Hey, Merry Christmas. I'm Ann Teagarden, and this is episode 13 of the Unveiled podcast. Being married is a journey of highs and lows, and definitely the occasional potholes that stretch and grow us. I'd love to travel this journey with you as the encouraging, practical voice of a friend as we ask God to unveil what is really going on in our hearts and in our marriages. Thanks for joining me. All right, today I have a confession to make. I am a hopeless romantic. I admit it. I enjoy reading love stories and, watching all those sappy romantic comedies. And 'tis the season for sappy romantic Hallmark Christmas movies. Now, whether you like Christmas movies or not, don't we all secretly wish our husbands were more like them? I love a good Christmas movie, but I do make fun of them sometimes, and I think the reason is to remind myself that they are not realistic. Hoping that our husbands will one day wake up and suddenly be a Hallmark guy is going to leave us disillusioned. So, what can we expect from our husbands? Well, let's be thankful for who they are rather than disappointed in what they aren't. Wouldn't I love for my husband to walk into a room, sing a love song to me while staring deep into my eyes, and then sweep me off my feet in a dance around the floor? Okay, yeah, that's my fantasy. But if he tried to do that, I would probably crack up, and so would he. God just did not wire up my husband to be a dancer, and that's okay because he made him a lot of other great things. Speaking of Christmas movies, I can remember this one time when I called my dad and he was just finishing watching a Christmas movie on the Hallmark Channel. And all of a sudden he said, "Oh, there, it's ending because they just kissed. All these movies end when the couple kisses." I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And one time my pastor in a sermon pointed out that the plots are all basically the same. City girl goes out to country, falls in love with the country guy, big city boyfriend comes after her, and she has to choose. You have to admit, most of them follow that storyline. I'm not knocking those movies. They found a formula that works, and frankly, we love it and watch it and feel good inside when the couple kisses in the end, and we feel that all is right with the world. So why can't our husbands be Hallmark guys? Because they aren't real. Those men in those movies are women's fantasy men. They pattern the male leads after what we want rather than how men are really wired up. It is fiction after all. So what is it that we love about the guys in those movies? Well, maybe it's because they sit and listen to the woman process her mixed up feelings. They look deep in her eyes and make her feel like they've waited for her all their lives. And what we love most about these guys is that they pursue the woman despite all obstacles. We're all secretly longing to be pursued, but we cannot have unrealistic expectations of our husband. It will only lead to disappointment and disillusionment. As I mentioned, those movies end with the first kiss. They don't follow the couple through engagement and the wedding and real life and marriage. So is it hopeless? Can we ever hope to, be all romantic with our husbands? Yes and no. No, we can't expect our husbands to be just like those guys because those guys aren't real and our husbands aren't them. But we can have realistic expectations of our husband and communicate those to him. I believe it all starts with a heart of thankfulness. We have to be thankful for what our husbands are, not what they aren't. It's really too easy to focus on their shortcomings and forget all the wonderful things that they do. The grass always looks greener on the other side, but it rarely is. I remember one time I was jealous of a friend because she had told me about this perfectly lovely day she had with her husband for her birthday. And when I complained, she said, "Heck, my husband didn't plan all that, I did. Just stop whining and tell your husband what you want and go enjoy it. Let him know what you want and then do it." What sage advice. Let's face it, our husbands were more romantic when we were dating. Why? Because they were trying to catch us. It was part of the hunt. But once the conquest is over, they stop pursuing us and begin pursuing the next challenge, like a promotion or a new job. But, most of our husbands are romantic sometimes, so we have to be grateful for those times. Many stop being romantic because when they try, we criticize them. We tell them what they didn't do right or what was lacking instead of being thankful for what they did. So the more grateful we are, the more it will encourage romantic gestures. Some aren't romantic because they just don't think of it. It's not their personality type. They didn't have it modeled for them. But most men will go along with your romantic notions as long as it doesn't involve embarrassing them or taking them way out of their comfort zone. So just ask. One day this past spring, it was a beautiful day outside, and I asked Grant to have a picnic with me on our front lawn. We live in the woods, so it was a really beautiful setting. He's like, why? And I said, because picnics are romantic, and it's a beautiful day. I had the idea. I invited him. I prepared the picnic, and we had a wonderful moment together. So if you've been feeling disappointed that your husband isn't a Hallmark man, acknowledge your disappointment and remind yourself they aren't real. No one has a Hallmark husband. The best way to move on from your disappointment is to turn your mind to gratitude. Be grateful. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." All circumstances. And I know for some that's a really tall order and it isn't easy. Some of you maybe have so much hurt presently built up that romance is all but dead. But fantasizing about a movie character is not going to solve it. And it may just cause more harm by feeding that discontentment and resentment inside. So start with gratitude. No matter how hard or how small of a thing, you can always find something. Like maybe he doesn't snore. Start with that. Thank God. Ask God to rekindle the romance and do your part in being romantic, but have realistic expectations. I mean, if you think about it, we wouldn't want our husbands wishing we were like Sports Illustrated swimsuit models, because that's not realistic. Ever heard of photo editing? We are who we are, and they are who they are. And we fell head over heels in love with their endearing qualities that are still there, but maybe they're just hidden under the pressures of everyday life. So each day this week, think of 3 characteristics or actions of your husband that you're grateful for. I'm thankful that my husband is patient when I get worked up about something. I'm grateful that he gives me long hugs. And I'm thankful that he loves Jesus and puts God first in his life. How about you? Try gratitude this week. I think you'll be amazed at how God can renew our minds through this simple exercise. Colossians 2:7 says that we are to be overflowing with thankfulness, not just grateful, but overflowing. And one last thought, whatever he gets you for Christmas, try to be thankful that he was thinking of you. I got floor mats for my car one year, among other better things, but enough said. Have a very Merry Christmas. Go enjoy a Christmas movie and kiss your husband under the mistletoe. And remember, you are never alone. You are beautiful, and you are loved. Go in peace. Merry Christmas.